We decided to become foster parents 8 years ago. After almost 6 years as foster children, this sibling group of 4 is finally ours. We wanted to adopt since my own 4 were becoming adults. It has been an emotional roller coaster and very draining as the years went by, full of appeals. But these kids are our world, and we knew we had to hang on to keep them together. We met some wonderful people along the way, but my favorite was my licensing worker who kept encouraging us through it all. Our adoption was last Wednesday the 15th. The kids have not stopped smiling since. This is my daughter, Isabella Grace. Izzy was born with Down syndrome. When I first found out she would be born with D's, I was devastated. I was told of all the negative sides of Down syndrome and all the things she may never do. I wasn't told about all of the joy she would bring into my life. Now, we are 18 months into our D's journey, and she has changed my life for the better. Izzy is the best teacher I have ever had. She has taught me to treasure every milestone. I snapped this picture the other night at the end of a long day. I was tired. I was irritated. I had sent my husband a text telling him that I knew it wouldn't make a difference. But I wanted him to know that I was feeling fed up with how much he works and with all that I have to do every day by myself. The full-time job, cooking dinner, bathing kids, weekend trips without him, keeping up a home, you name it, I was resenting it. I have to have these little moments once, okay, several times, throughout planting and harvest season. Then this happened. He came in, fixed his plate, and sat down to eat all alone. He was tired. He was hot. He was exhausted. Rather than complain, he said he was sorry I was tired and felt that way. Charlotte joined him and talked his head off and even ate most of his dinner. He didn't complain. He shared, and it hit me. Do I wish that we saw him more than an hour or so a day? Yes, but the love he has for his craft is something to envy. Farmers work in a thankless profession. It's always non-GMO this and organic that, and let's not even talk about the stress from Mother Nature. This is a man who is working to uphold 4 generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and showing his children the value of hard work and discipline. So while I felt frustrated, I really should have felt thankful. I got to sit down to dinner and hear all the stories from the day with the kids. I got to give them a bath and hear their squeals and giggles. I got to snuggle and love on them for 3 hours more than he did. He is the one sacrificing, not me. We will keep on keeping on until the next rainy day when we get a few extra hours with our hard worker. In the meantime, the next time you slip into that comfy cotton shirt or eat delicious farm-fresh food, thank a farmer. Where would we be without them? Sweaty, baby strapped my back, 3-year-old insisting that her belly hurts and needs her donut that she forgot to eat after lunch. 6-year-old using everything in sight as a weapon. 7-year-old wanting to spend the only dollar he has. This was my trip to the grocery today. While I was bagging up my groceries, thanks Aldi, and trying to quietly keep from losing my ever-loving the lady next to me asked if I have one of those phones that takes pictures. Trying not to convey my annoyance to someone else, adding to the million questions that make up my day, I replied that, yes, I do have one of those fancy phones. She asked to take a picture of me with the kids at the grocery together. She told me that she wishes she had photos of herself doing everyday things with her kids. She validated the fact that a simple grocery trip is hard. She told me that what I do matters. She doesn't miss what made the days hard, but she misses what made them sweet. I will always cherish this picture and the message that came with it. Last week at school, Tanner had someone take his shoes and put them in the toilet. This absolutely broke my mama heart. Then tonight, a senior from his school showed up at our door. After hearing what happened, he wanted to buy Tanner new shoes. This act of kindness has me in complete awe. I am forever grateful to this boy for being there for Tanner and for reminding us all what it means to just be a good person. A year ago, my wife left me and my girls. I finally got the finalized divorce papers in the mail today. That means I officially have custody of my two tiny monsters. I've also lost over 70 pounds in the last year, working to get healthy and watch these two grow up. Haven't been this happy in forever. Three years ago, my husband and I decided to take a leap of faith and sold our house in Alabaster to buy 10 acres of land. We decided to buy a single wide trailer so we could pay off the land in 5 years, and then we would build. Friends and family questioned our decision, and some thought I had lost it. I found myself questioning our decision a few times during the numerous setbacks, distractions, and disappointments. But through strong faith, 2.5 years after moving in the trailer, we were able to start building on our home and are just weeks away from moving in. People, and sometimes you, may not understand the decisions you make, but it's not for them to understand. God will make things happen if you step out on faith. So this guy comes in to buy a pair of shoes because his are literally falling off. Anyway, his card wouldn't work, so he left. 15 minutes later, he comes back in with a cop, and we're like, "Is there a problem, officer?" The cop is like, "No, there's no problem, but if you still have the shoes, I'd like to go ahead and buy them." So him and my coworker split the cost of the shoes. There was no one else in the store, and it wasn't to pretend to care, just a genuine act of kindness. I didn't get the cop's name, but this didn't go unnoticed or unappreciated by me or the customer. I graduated high school this week. When my dad said he had a present for me, I thought I was getting some cheesy graduation card. But what I received was something truly priceless. Following the ceremony, he handed me a bag with a copy of Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss inside. At first I just smiled and said that it meant a lot and that I loved that book. But then he told me, no, open it up. On the first page, I see a short paragraph written by none other than my kindergarten teacher. I start tearing up, but I'm still confused. He tells me, every year for the past 13 years, since the day you started kindergarten, I've gotten every teacher, coach, and principal to write a little something about you inside this book. My early teachers mentioned my pigtails and giggles, while my high school teachers mentioned my wit and sharp thinking. But they all mentioned my humor and love for life. It is astounding to receive something this moving, touching, nostalgic, and thoughtful. My dad and mother on Valentine's Day. They've been married 53 years, and she is still his queen. She just went into a nursing home. This is true love. While I was in Liberty, I asked this gentleman why he was buying so much milk. Let me introduce you to Rick, who is retired from the Marines. He is buying milk and other groceries to make sure no kid in his neighborhood goes hungry. This was not his first time distributing items. He is not asking for anything in return. He said some of his families will not leave the house to go get the free lunches for the kids or go to the store. Rick is a true hero, and I told him good karma will be coming his way. This past week, I had a mother call and request a one-night rental. All she wanted was a whole day and night to spend some time with her daughter. When I asked if she was sure she didn't want to stay 2 nights, her voice fell, and she told me she could only afford the one night. This mama wanted to give every dime she had to spend with her daughter. I was telling someone her story, and let's just say I was able to call her and tell her to come on Wednesday. This woman acted like she had won the lottery, not because of the extra night, because of the extra precious time. You see, she had just found out she has Alzheimer's, and she wanted to spend as much time as she could while she still knew her daughter. Spend time with the people you love. They aren't gonna be around forever. Love. I was in a doctor's office for an appointment today. This elderly gentleman had missed his appointment earlier today, and the receptionist was about to send him away when this other gentleman stepped up and said, "He can have my appointment and you can reschedule mine." The most commendable act of kindness I have witnessed lately. They both were able to get in eventually. While at an auction yesterday, Hayden fell in love with Taxi, an 8-year-old hound that was going to be auctioned off. With $160 in his pocket, Hayden struggled with the idea of bidding on her and ultimately decided he had to have her. With a little help from a bud of his, Kenny Lowe, Hayden had $325 to bid with. He was sure that would be enough. As the bidding started, he was feeling confident, the excitement building with each raise of his hand. He held the bid at $325 and for a brief moment thought the dog was his. Then bidding took off again and he was out. His heart sank when he realized she wasn't going to be his. The bidding finally ended at $475, and Taxi was bought by the couple who owned Black Mountain Outfitting. When the man was given his bidding number, he hollers out, "For the young man up front, give him his dog." Clapping and cheers ring out through the place as Hayden goes over and shakes the man's hand and gets his dog. People are beautiful. Live in these moments, cherish them, learn from them. You know this guy? I don't, but I did see what he did in Fostoria Kroger today. When the older man in front of him didn't have enough money to pay for his food, or his card wouldn't work or something, he started walking out with nothing. I heard this man volunteer to pay for it, and he did. That was awesome. We need more people like him. Thanks, buddy. If my parents ever needed help and my family wasn't there, I hope someone like you will be around.